If you'd like to see more of our videos, please subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Razak at CMtrading. Today's April 2nd, 2020, and today is Thursday morning. So looking at the major economic events today, just one event coming out of the United States at 2:30 South African time. Unemployment claims number coming out. Now, tomorrow we will have the NFP. This is not the NFP number. However, because the unemployment surge right now is so high, I think we're going to look a lot into this number as a prerequisite and as important as the NFP tomorrow. Okay, so you do want to know what's coming out at 2:30 South African time. Now, looking at the markets, the major pairs pretty much taper off versus the US dollar, while the South African rand hits a new low versus the US dollar. Looking at the Dow Jones, it bounces before this unemployment numbers. Yesterday, we actually saw a major sell-off, close to 1,000-point sell-off on the Dow Jones. Looking at the commodities, gold sells off while oil bounces just a tab. And lastly, looking at the stocks that pretty much following the index and the alt sold off, some a little bit stronger than others. But let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So we're going to jump here into the EURUSD at a 4-hour chart. You can see this tapering off here on the EURUSD, not major areas, okay? We're going back to like the good old days where we were trading in a tight range. That's what it seems like here. This is very reminiscent of some of this area, some of the previous area. If we look at a daily chart, let's just take a look at that. At several times we were trading around this, parameter of 109 or 110-ish level. That's a more clear number. So at these levels, okay, if the Dow Jones continues to sell off, I do expect this to continue to bounce. Now, looking at the GBP, didn't flinch, didn't even go down just 1 pip. All right, it's still holding its own. So if the Dow Jones does continue to sell off today, I do expect the GBP to actually rally versus the USD. Now, jumping into the ZAR, all right, we're looking at a monthly chart here versus the USD, and you can see after we've made that massive breach at that resistance at 16, we really took this off to 1811-ish level, hitting a high of 1825, 26-ish level. Now, what's the point of me saying this to you? Okay, if we clear this up, all right, we'll see that this is a monthly chart. So far for this month, we've only gained just a little bit versus the rand vis-a-vis the US dollar, right? So this is the third move. I do expect it to make some sort of correction this month. Okay, so this could be a capitulation here, and this candle is still being formed as we looking at it. Now, looking at a 4-hour chart, you could see that we gapped up, we went, but we sold off at 1829-ish level and not breaking above. So this may be, okay, an area of correction for the rand vis-a-vis the dollar. It's not sure yet because the rand has still, okay, showing some major weakness, especially since, some of the quarantines are not being so effective, not being followed so rigorously. And so as this news actually unfolds in South Africa, it should be kind of interesting how the rand actually either makes a correction or continues on this downward spiral versus the USD. Now, jumping into gold, tapering off just below the 1600, nothing to really write home about. It's not trading with tremendous volume. Okay, so nothing to really celebrate here either in either direction. Now, looking at oil bouncing to $22 a barrel from $20 a barrel, so a nice $2 bounce. Now, this could be just short covering. Okay, right? It might be reluctant to break this $20 with some get-go, so it might be just like the previous fake out because before the breakout, as we call it. So just keep an eye on this. If it doesn't break above 22.95, we may see it sell off. Now, looking at the Dow Jones, okay, let's take a look at a 4-hour chart first. We see that it's bouncing off of this support level of 20,700-ish level to 21,100-ish level right now. Now, okay, in anticipation to this unemployment claims, if the numbers come out really, really bad, then you should expect this to sell off and continue to selling off, okay? Now, I'm not sure if that's going to actually happen because some of the news has already been digested in the market. So just a point of just be aware of this, okay? There is a resistance level, obviously, at 22,300-ish level, and there's a minor resistance-ish level at 21,696, okay? So that is your parameters, but surely 20,700 is a support level. So if it does get breached, we could see it go back down to 20,000, okay? So this could continue selling off into tomorrow's number. Now, looking at some of the stocks, Amazon stayed a little bit strong. Yes, did it sell off? Correct, it did sell off. It went from 1967 down to 1905, but it's still relatively strong. However, looking at the Japanese, not the Japanese yen, the JP Morgan stock, okay, which is a bank stock, it gapped down close to $6 and then dead. Okay, so I do expect this, and this does look like it's breaking and wants to break down further. So I'm going to take a look at these numbers very, very carefully today in the anticipation that we may continue this sell-off. Okay, so we might have had a little bit of a, bounce, just, giving us that bounce since the stimulus package. But, after all said and done, a lot of jobs are not being filled. A lot of people are out of jobs, obviously. A lot of businesses are not producing. So we're still not sure how much this situation is going to affect the financial system. So until the uncertainty is cleared, and we mentioned this several times, until the uncertainty is cleared, we're living in a world where anything could happen. Okay, and markets don't like anything can happen scenarios, and they get very jittery. Okay, just imagine for yourself, right? If you're a investor and you're not sure if Microsoft is going to be there tomorrow, then you're going to pull your money out as soon as possible. Okay, and that's really the situation in the markets today. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish everybody a great trading day. Thank you.